broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your #1 source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans, producing after-shows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows, interviewing celebrities and showrunners, and bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
Yeah! Woohoo! Dun, dun, all right. Hey guys. Perfect. Welcome guys. We are so excited. This is season 1, episode 1 of Supergirl here at AfterBuzz TV. I'm one of your hosts, JJ Jurgens, and I'm joined here tonight by 4 super hosts.
Woo! Hey guys, I'm Nicole Brajer, back for the fall season of Supergirl. Super excited to be back at AfterBuzz TV.
Yeah, and I'm Stephanie Wenger, and it's just so much fun to be here. I'm excited to see more Supergirl.
I'm Tauri J. Miller. I'm so happy to be here, guys. You don't understand.
Oh my god, I'm so happy. Hey guys, I'm Hayley Clover, and I've been designated the couch, which is just perfect.
We're gonna have a full panel. Yeah, you get that whole, you can spread out. But yeah, we're gonna keep everything exciting for you all season long. We got a full panel of excited hosts, so we'll all be here and have a lot of fun. Real quickly, where can everybody follow you guys at? You can follow me at JJ Jurgens.
You can follow me at Nicole Brajer.
At Stephanie Wenger.
At Tauri J, T-A-U-R-I-J-A-Y.
And at Hayley Clover.
All right, well, let's just dive right in. And first, I just want to go around and ask, what were you guys' first impressions? Like, what did you think about it?
Well, I love Melissa Benoistas from Glee. She's like one of my favorite actresses. So being that she has like a good theatrical background, I think she was good for this role. I mean, I really thought she portrayed Supergirl pretty well for the most part. I mean, we have to see like more of it, but I thought she did a great job.
Yeah. I thought she was super cute.
Yeah,
she's
beautiful.
Mannerisms. Yeah, she is. And I thought there were a couple corny parts that I definitely noticed throughout the show, but otherwise, I thought it was cute.
Yeah, I found her really charming. Like, I liked her on Glee, and I used to do the Glee after show here, and I really liked kind of this new character for her, and I had read all these reviews of the show, and I wasn't sure what I was going to think, and I really kind of came out loving it, so that was exciting.
Yeah. Awesome. I agree. She did a great job. There was a moment where it was during the like, sister fight scene where she was like, I'm tired, I had a plane on my back, and I was like, that's acting, it's great. And also just as a pilot, I thought it was really well put together. It had a lot of ups and downs, and it had a lot of like really fun moments in addition to the great actions.
I totally agree with you guys on all of them. I think that I love the production value of it, and like you said, a pilot is really hard to get like the story in and get all the details and then move things along. Yeah, and especially something like this where it has such history behind it, and so the great fans. I mean, there's a lot of pressure to really pull off a pilot like this, and I thought they nailed it. I thought it was great.
Yeah, I was glad to see that it wasn't exactly the same superhero story. They changed it up a little bit.
I love the fact that it's more modern, right? It's in our times. We have Twitter like being talked about when like if you look at an original comic, like that never existed. So it's nice when they like kind of modernize it and let us like relate to it a little bit, when they bring a show like this from DC Comics.
But I feel like comic book fans can probably enjoy it as well, because they definitely did spend that first 20 minutes or so on the origin story. They really went through it. Yeah. So I thought it had a nice balance in that way, kind of something for everyone.
Here's my question. So isn't superhero's name Clark Kent? Or am I thinking of a different superhero?
Wait.
Superman.
Superman is Clark Kent.
Yeah. So, but his original name is
Kal-El, yes.
Kal-El.
Yes.
Okay, interesting. See, I didn't know that, and here I am. But I thought that, fun things that you don't know, and then you pick up in a show.
You learn, yeah,
for sure.
I also am just, beyond thrilled to finally, just have a great female superhero show, really an empowering female show. So
the world needs, in the show, they need her. Like, we need her, too, in today's world to kind of, let younger girls know, Supergirl exists still. We need to. We're always touching on all the other big heroes, and where's Wonder Woman? Where's Supergirl? Wonder Woman movies coming out.
Cannot wait.
So I like that we're putting the females back in the spotlight.
Well, I think that's probably why they went through that whole little, segment with her saying, "Why are we calling her a girl? It should be a woman." And then them saying, it's not a bad thing to be a girl or be called a girl.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's actually something that's powerful in itself.
Me too. It's something to really embrace. A fun video that's out there, I don't know if you guys have seen, but CBS Marketing did. They invited 400 women and their kids, little girls, to a screening of the show. And that video makes me tear up. Like, it's just so sweet to see them so excited and to see all these little girls in capes and so I just think it's a great thing for, this generation and for these times right now for the world to be embracing something like this.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to be. Yeah.
And I like how every woman on the show is kind of a badass. You
Yeah,
know, you have the
100%.
corporate CEO, you have the secret agent, and you have Supergirl, who's super relatable but also badass.
When's the last time we saw Ally McBeal on television? Can we talk about that?
Yes, let's do talk about that.
I think it's Brothers and Sisters, right? I don't think she's been on TV since then.
She hasn't been around for a while, so I feel like a lot of those fans were really excited to see her back. She looks great.
She's awesome. Were you guys big Ally McBeal fans?
Yeah.
I think my mom was. I think, you know what I mean? Like, my cousins were. I'm, like, the youngest of my family.
Maybe I'm aging myself here. But I completely loved it. I don't care. I'll admit it. I loved her.
Yeah, like, I remember her on Brothers and Sisters, too, and just, like, such an enjoyable actress to watch. I kind of feel like she just owns it, whatever she's doing, and so this is definitely one where felt like in moments she was a scene stealer.
Yeah, and it's a good balance with all the other stuff going on to have this kind of like that she can never pronounce her name right, she calls her Kara. Like, it's so I like having this little banter between them to kind of All right.
Do you think her opinion will change when she finds out that Kara is
I don't think she's ever going to find out.
Yeah, I don't think she will
Maybe
either
not
this season.
Yeah.
But who knows what will
we'll
happen.
see.
I'm glad that we don't. Like, you know what I mean? I want to be surprised with this. I don't know if the fans are going to like that, but I want to be surprised and then, like, really engage in this season for sure.
Yeah.
I wonder if it'll go beyond, like, in terms of being a boss. Like, she seems like a bad boss kind of right now, but will it go to, like, that Devil Wears Prada level of being a bad boss? Are we going to see more of that this season? Or is she going to somehow, like, come around to her and realize, like, wait, everything she does is not all terrible?
Right.
I don't know.
I mean, I'm hoping that she becomes more of a mentor. Like storytelling wise, I'm hoping that something that she's doing in her company kind of mirrors what Kara's going through as Supergirl.
Yeah.
But that's my hope.
I feel like it's James, right?
Yes.
James is going to come to her rescue all
James
the time.
hot.
When it comes to
James is going to come to her rescue in more than one way.
Yeah, don't repeat your James is hot. So
They
we're all in
totally fall in
consensus.
love.
Yeah. Yeah. he's,
Exciting.
Do you think he has powers? Do you think that's how he knows her cousin? Like, is there some behind story with him?
Well,
where
because he got the picture of Superman.
I know that.
So
they say he's Fred.
They're friends, right?
Well, yeah,
like,
he's the classic Jimmy Olsen from the comics.
Okay, I didn't know much.
Classically red-haired and freckled, but they did some not better casting, but diverse casting, which is great. And so he has been friends with Superman since he was a teenager.
Okay.
And then essentially he grew up being his photographer, essentially getting all the best. Yeah. So there are a lot of weird Jimmy Olsen stories in the comics. There's one where I think he turns into a green monster and has to marry Lois Lane. But yeah, a lot of weird Jimmy Olsen stuff.
I know. I feel like now I need to go back.
Let's just we need to go to the comic book store.
Definitely, we do.
There's all the comic fans right now guys, get it together. Well, we'll get it together.
But at least we have you, because that's how I felt too. I'm like, I needed to read so many of these bad comics. I've seen all the movies, but
but they're not. It's not. I feel like it's not going to stay completely true to the comics.
Yeah.
I feel like that's what a lot of these new shows do when they take a spin off something. They want to make it their own a little bit.
Well, they have to make it so that people like me who know nothing about the comics of Superman understand the show and can still enjoy it without having to know that historical background.
Yeah,
exactly.
And you want it to deviate because, you don't want it to be a panel for panel remake of the comics, because essentially you'll know where it's going and it'll get old.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Couldn't agree more.
Yeah.
It's like when they keep remaking Spider-Man. It's just
Oh, God.
right?
So
yes.
Yes.
What were you gonna say? Sorry.
Well, no, and I really think I'm gonna enjoy watching their chemistry grow throughout because I like how Kara has the date with the douchebag, the online dater, but that Wynn was kind of saying there's this guy that you have the wow pow moment, you know. So I thought it was so cute when she walked out of first meeting James and she's like wow pow, like.
What about Winslow? What about Jeremy, the guy with the brown hair, the one that's in love with her? Like,
no, it's never gonna happen.
Yeah.
No.
He's gonna be her ducky forever.
Yeah, guy.
But it made me so sad. I just was like, oh, he's so sweet.
I know.
I mean, we
James
all love.
got that on lock.
I know.
Yeah.
We all love
Yeah,
James.
James
I'm not
is like,
taking anything away.
I don't even know how tall that man is. He's super tall. I might have to look him up right now as we continue this.
But I don't want him to be her ducky. I want him to find somebody else.
Yeah, great casting because he is awesome too. So we all fall in love with him already in the first episode. But I like their relationship too. I like how supportive and like when he's we can dive into like when he's helping her with the costume. So they're trying to work out her costume.
She looks good with like not many clothes on. She's just stunning to me. I mean, natural beauty, and I think that's a great point too, like how they picked her for it. She's not a plasticed up Hollywood star. She's real, and like she is a good fit for young girls because you don't want to put someone as Supergirl who like the back end story of them is not the greatest, right? I don't know, like Lindsay Lohan or something. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm
would
really
love
happy
to
that
see
they
the
picked
day
her.
where Lindsay Lohan plays a Supergirl. That would be funny.
It would be great.
Maybe
She'd be
evil
flying
villain,
and then
like
fly right into a building.
Yeah. Even her stunts, I feel like
Stop
we
her
gotta
drink.
look it up. If she did her own stunts, or at least some of them, because I was watching her and because we were watching it on a computer just now, so you guys don't know, but it was skipping a little bit, but you could see it was her in some of those.
Yeah.
I read that she
scenes.
says she was not an athlete at all, so she wasn't that type of girl. But she's loved taking on this role because of what she's learned, and I believe the training that she's been through to take over this role, and kind of the empowerment that it's given her as well. So I believe that she is doing a lot of those.
To go from singing and dancing, being the innocent girl, to this, it must have been a challenge. But so far so good. I'm really happy with it.
Yeah.
Me too. I think on the costume, I think this was my only nitpick of the thing was when when they don't test if she's bulletproof or not, and she goes out there, and then I'm like, well, they could have just shot her in the head explodes,
Literally right
done,
What a way to have just the pilot. You just be like, and done.
Whoops, we should have tested the costume more.
I'd respect it though. That takes some courage.
So who was making the costume? What was it? Winslow? That's his name, Winslow. Yeah.
Yeah, that was the other thing. It's all of a sudden she just has these costumes that fit her, and just. Yeah, that was a little bit.
But I did enjoy the montage of it. The fight scenes in between the progression of the costume. I mean, that was cool.
Yeah. Fun fact, I had read that all the costumes that she tried on were different costumes that she had worn in the comics at different points.
I love that.
That's interesting.
Good.
Cool. So she showed some skin at one point?
Yeah.
Dang,
Have you ever seen a Power Girl costume?
I mean, yeah.
Oh my God, she's right, by the way. She had, some serious abs going on. She looks great. And she said she wasn't an athlete.
Not before.
Wow. They got her in some good shape. I want her trainer.
We'll have to look it all up.
Yeah, I have to look that up.
Well, let's talk a little bit more about how they set us up with the origin, like how she left Krypton. And
I was trying to follow it the best I could. So Superman is
her cousin.
Is her cousin. He's the hero of the metropolitan city, and
Metropolis.
Sorry, and then she's the hero of the national city, right?
Yeah. And he works at the Daily Planet?
Yeah.
Okay, it was
Superman.
Yes.
Yeah.
And this is the Tribune.
Yes.
And I guess so before this, but they both come from the same planet?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. So the long and the short of it is that essentially as Krypton was blowing up, Kal-El's parents and his Alora, essentially they both got together and were like, we're going to send our kids off planet because some of us will survive. Hurrah, Krypton. Right. And then, but Kara's got trapped in the Phantom Zone, which is like a pocket universe. And it since time doesn't stop there, she's technically older than Clark, but she's younger than him in the show. And then, so essentially by the time she got to Earth, she didn't need to protect him anymore because he was already a full-grown man doing Superman stuff.
Right. And it took her 24 years to get to Earth.
Yes.
Yeah.
But here's where I was confused. She arrived still looking younger.
Yes.
Because
Her pod got off course
Right.
and that played the
timing
the Phantom Zone.
in the Phantom Zone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so you could imagine that, like, the Phantom Zone is a slice of time that nothing moves. Like, it's essentially like absolute zero frozen time. And then at some point she thawed out and then came to Earth. So she's like that caveman who, like, you thaw out and you're like, ha, he's alive.
Right.
But
I'm
it's-
thinking like Austin Powers right now. That's all I'm thinking to me. So
And a little shout out to her mom, who is actress Laura Benanti, if I said that correctly, sorry. But we do the Nashville podcast here, and she played Sadie Stone on Nashville, shot her husband over there and left, and now we realize why she's been so busy over here. Now playing 2 parts on Supergirl.
Yeah.
So, woohoo, yeah. I like her, so fun to watch her too.
everybody's really easy on the eyes in this cast. Good job to the casting out there. They are, though. I mean, overall, I'm pleased with the casting, and I'm excited to see like how things unfold.
I also feel like they're really believable in their parts. They're not like, oh, they're sometimes when you get such a good looking cast, you're just like, well, this is a high school. Would everyone be this pretty? Like, and then where this just kind of feels like it is that super like world planet, super planet, and it kind of works for me in some ways.
I like seeing when she does get to Earth that her parents and her dad was Dean Cain.
Yes.
I thought that was a fun little.
Played Superman in Lois and Clark. Yeah.
I wonder if we'll see more of that, like those fun little like shout outs to the like true comic book fans.
Yeah, I think so too.
Undoubtedly.
That'll be fun to watch those. Yeah. All right. Well, so now that she is grown up, she's trying to do a normal life here at Catco Media. I like seeing the struggle of her trying to figure out whether she wants to, take on her responsibilities of being Supergirl or just keep this normal life. What did you guys feel about that kind of struggle and her coming to that decision?
You can tell when she is not believing in herself that's when her powers like are not working. When she's confident, and that's when she's her most powerful. When she actually believes that she can do it, just like anybody else. When you have a natural ability or a great talent, like if you're not believing in yourself, it's not going to show. It's not going to execute. So that sent like the right message to me for sure. I liked that.
Yeah, that was actually one of the moments that I kind of fell in love with her in this character, was that debate when she was, I guess, deciding what she was going to wear on the date and then talking about the powers. I was like, you're really like owning this, and it was interesting to see that debate, and I hope it kind of continues on for her, that balance between regular life and superhero life.
Yeah. I really like it mostly because it rings out in a lot of ways in that, like, she has these giant shoes to fill. If she were to decide to be a hero, I mean, then she has to essentially be as good, if not better, than her cousin in order to even be to even be considered, I guess. So I love that she has this struggle, but it doesn't consume her. It's just like, I could do this, but like I could also live this normal life and be great in what I do without being super.
I like too that they didn't make her just like automatically really good at it. Like she keeps saying she needs to practice, and she is just learning, and it's like the first time that she saved a plane, and you try to save a plane and try not to make a mess. So I like that she wasn't just like good at it. Made it a little bit more believable.
Can we talk about her sister? Her sister.
Yeah.
That surprised me. I was shocked when we found out that she was actually working for the DEO. That was cool. But here's what I was kind of confused, and I keep looking at you because I'm like, you're going to answer this, right? So the DEO, when they first take her, they didn't want her to be who she is.
Right.
Do you know if that goes back with the comics too?
I don't personally remember the DEO being a thing in the comics. I mean, there are always like factions of the military that are like, supers are terrible, they're the worst, they're all gonna kill us one day. But essentially, I mean, it makes sense for them to be this organization that is specifically made to keep the world from knowing about aliens. They don't want her flying around because she's essentially, if you think about it, she is a teenager with a nuke. You know, she's dangerous enough to, if she goes out of control with her power, she could kill a lot of people. Right. So I mean, it's better for them and everyone else if she stays a normal person as opposed to trying to go out there, because it kind of, oh man, I'm going on a nerd rant right now.
No, I love it.
That's okay. You have a fan on Twitter, Vern.
Yes,
and he said that he loves Vern. To see black nerds unite.
Yes. It's almost like you made that up.
Awesome.
Yeah. But it goes back to, there's a thing in the Batman universe in that Batman's presence essentially attracts more fantastical villains. Yeah. And so if they have this girl here in the city doing super things, then it's going to attract people who are going to challenge her, which essentially puts everyone in danger.
Yeah.
Which, that's a good segue to what we kind of see is now Fort Ra has followed her there too. So we see her first fight is with, get his name right, Barkov, right?
I think so.
Yeah. Yeah.
Barkov, yeah.
Bear with us this first one. But yeah. So there could be there's a whole bunch that were all in that prison that now could be coming, we see after this one.
I said this while we watched, but I thought that ending to that fight was very anticlimactic.
You didn't like him killing himself, huh?
No, she should have killed him. It was the first one. Like, he's gonna die. Let her do it.
Can someone explain?
Is that part of the comic?
Why he did that?
It's actually more of like a storytelling thing, in that you want to maintain you want to essentially keep your hero's hands clean. It's why in a lot of Disney movies the villains end up falling off a cliff or accidentally killing themselves. You don't want your main hero to be a killer, because it essentially separates them from the audience, because then they're less relatable, because it essentially sullies.
Okay. That makes sense.
Well, before he did do it, though, he sent her a warning, this isn't the last of me, pretty much. So then we do know there's more of them to come. So hopefully we see her.
I think Nina Tassler, this CBS president, talked about that it's going to be a procedural, the show. So every week you can assume she's going to be going after some villain.
I was excited. I was trying to find more sneak peeks as to who some of those villains might be, what actors we've played. I know we saw the pictures up on the board in one of those scenes, but I haven't seen any releases of who those characters might be played by.
I guess we're going to have to spoil some things for ourselves for next week, so we have a little bit more knowledge about what we're doing. But it's just exciting when there's a new show on television. You don't want to spoil it for yourself. You want to, that's the whole point of a premiere in a new show. So, but I'll read up a little bit more for next week for sure.
We have another Twitter question.
All right, let's take it.
From Darren Chan. And he said, do you think Kara will kiss Kara? I'm like the CEO.
Cat.
Kara will kiss anyone this season, and if so, who? James.
I want James.
James.
Yeah.
I'm gonna kiss James if she doesn't.
Maybe Winslow will go for it one day, and then she's gonna knock. Or maybe she'll feel bad and kiss him.
I think the first kiss will definitely go to James. I don't know that it'll stay with James, but
I remember seeing in a flash of one of the promos that they're slow dancing together at an elegant event, and then a bad guy comes in and he's like, Supergirl. I can't wait for that episode. But
we actually have another, sorry, this is fun to just read all these, another fan, Ryan Craig, who actually said that he's happy with the casting except for Jimmy Olsen, because he's not supposed to look like a supermodel. What do you think now, knowing the history and knowing the comics and everything? Do you agree with Ryan?
I mean, I don't feel the same, but I understand it, because traditionally Jimmy is a really small, geeky kid. He's kind of like every fan of Superman. He's like a meek kid who's trying to do his best, who looks up to Superman as a hero. So, I mean, I get that now he's a lot less relatable in that he's a full-grown man, he's super gorgeous, and he's swooping in to save people as opposed to being saved. So I get that. But I also
do you think they did that on purpose, though, with this show to make it different? They didn't want, just to not completely follow that.
Yeah, I mean, they already have their Jimmy.
I think they did it as a network wanting to get the young female audience Like, you know what? Our faces. I mean, we were all like, hey, Jimmy. Like,
But you know what? Going off of what you said, they also could have done that so that when she saves him, because eventually she's going to have to save her prince, right? Princess, because we could do it both ways now. Yeah. And, like, it'll be even cooler because it's this big, like, tall, sexy, strong man, and, like, Supergirl has to say, I mean, that's cool.
Oh, dude, I would love that visual of her just carrying him. Yeah. It'd be amazing.
Yeah, that's very true.
I also think of this show as a Greg Berlanti show, and obviously he does Arrow and all these CW shows, that he's used to casting those like beautiful men, and like that's what the CW wants. And so like it makes sense that you would, if it's the same production company, maybe that's like a style they like.
We have to find out. His name is Makad Brooks. Most promising stars in Hollywood, says
was he also on,
he was on
True Blood, wasn't he?
Oh yeah, he was on True Blood. Let's see. He was in a show, or these are some movies.
He was in another one that I used to watch, but now I can't remember because I knew his face right away.
Creature 2. Something, let's see. Something with John Stamos. Glory Road. Valley of Allah. I don't know. Never heard of those. Hey, this is going to put him on the map. I'm excited for more of him.
And we know when we're going to really try to get in studio, right?
Yeah, he should definitely come.
Here.
That brand new studio.
Start tweeting him now, telling him you want to see him on AfterBuzz TV.
Let's do it. He'll come. But, you know, he's a rising star.
Yeah.
One of them will definitely come in here.
Yeah.
For sure. We're going to make that happen.
Oh, yeah.
Stay tuned.
So back to what we've learned in this first episode. What did you guys think about the reveal at the end where we find out that the aunt is actually the general coming after? Do we like that twist? I mean, you probably knew.
I did.
I didn't actually know. I thought it was really interesting. I think it adds another layer because it's not just a stranger looking for revenge. It's someone who is of her blood that now essentially she has to contend with that, and that it's another person who is from Krypton who is, it's rare now because they're a dying species, even though they can't really die very easily, but they're a dying species, so it's the fact that she's going to have to contend with someone of her own species, her own blood, who's the last of that, and also who's trying to kill her and looks just like her mom.
Yeah.
That's going to be
tough emotionally.
Yeah, I think that's what surprised me the most. I didn't expect it to be a twin, and then, where are things going to go from there?
Yeah.
I don't know, but
I expect her to probably act like her mother, make her think like it's her mother.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It reminds me of The Little Mermaid. I don't know, I keep having these, like, reminders. I'm thinking of when Ursula turns into the brunette.
Oh, yeah.
Bride. That's who she reminds me of. I'm such a weirdo.
The Little Mermaid's a classic.
Yeah. There are theories that Ursula is the mermaid's mom.
Yes, yes, I read that on like BuzzFeed or something. Yeah, you're right. But this is like, I feel like Disney and comics, you know.
I mean, they own Marvel now.
There you go. All makes sense now. We know what you're doing here at AfterBuzz TV. That's awesome.
Was there anything else in this episode you guys noted or want to talk about?
We have a lot of fans reaching out, which is awesome. We wanted to answer some more questions.
Yeah, let's do it. There was also one fun quote I liked that Kat says, because I think I'm going to enjoy a lot of Kat's snarky comments throughout this. But I liked when she said, besides fatty foods, there's nothing people love more than a hero.
Yeah.
That was a good one.
So true. I don't know. Fatty foods are pretty good. So, Joey Moda said that he thinks Kara's boss will be more like Oliver's mom in Arrow. This was directed towards you. Always knew, just waiting for the right time. What are your thoughts on that? Did you watch Arrow?
I did, yeah. I did and I do. I don't think so. I mean, I think that she is smart enough to figure out that the two are one and the same. I don't think that... I think they'll keep her in the dark for the most part, just because I think that will create more conflict, in that Kara's going to be running around trying to be a superhero but also trying to work for her. It becomes less of an issue if she knows and she's just like, you go save some people, girl.
It doesn't that feel like a season finale moment, though, to me? Like, that feels like if they're going to have her find out, that's not happening in episode 2. That definitely is a a down the line
Right.
thing. Like, I feel like there's a build up to that. Like, if you reveal that in episode 2, where are you going for the rest of the season?
Yeah.
And she's and it's so funny because we're watching and it's like, how does she not know that that's her, right? But she doesn't take notice of her to begin with. Like, she's just like nothing to her, that she'll never really know for a while because, you know, all she cares about is the image. And when she looks at her, it's something completely different, even though under those glasses, it's like, duh.
Yeah.
Even with Superman,
Mm-hmm.
it's the same thing, which I love. I love that.
Yeah.
That was bothering me in the beginning when I first watched this one, and I thought the same thing. Like, how, you know, did they not know, or the people taking pictures on the plane when it went down, and they're zooming in on. I mean, this day and age, when you get everybody's iPhones, they have pictures everywhere of who this person would be. Like, why wouldn't they, you know? But I remember, you know, with Superman, just the glasses, people don't, you know, transforms them. So we can pretend to
Take your glasses
go along
off.
on that ride.
Yes,
I'm gonna go save some people. I'll see you later.
You're in that voice. That's pretty nice.
Take them off.
Excuse me, sir. This is a closed set. You have to leave right away.
They're just
There we
wanted
go.
in here.
Ready?
Hayley.
No makeup. No, I'm just kidding. She looks totally different.
Okay, you're all back. Thank you.
And we're back.
Awesome. Well, so much fun. I think that wrap us all up for tonight.
I think so.
Do we have any
All right.
predictions for
I
next week?
have a little bit of news and gossip.
Oh, yes.
And we'll hit
Like
news and
it.
gossip real quick before predictions.
AfterBuzz TV News.
All right, well, there's two things if you want to check out. One was the video I already told you about with the moms. It's really fun, and there was also a music video done to the Rachel Platten fight song, which was used in all the CBS promos, and there's a little Supergirl promo on that. You can see both of those up on my blog at tomgirl.tv or Google through YouTube. It took me a while to find the one with the girls and the moms, though, so that'll get you there. Jeb Bush made news this week in calling Supergirl hot, which I thought was pretty entertaining.
I saw that.
Yeah.
She's been hot.
She's
been hot.
I thought that she had a very cute reaction when she was in an interview and told about this. She said that she heard about it, but she didn't want to think about it, and that she's glad he's excited to watch the show. So I thought that was
Perfect
really
reaction.
right?
Yeah, that's a great way
What
of
should you say?
handling
That's
that.
pretty
She's like,
creepy.
creepy old man. Sure, that's not the first creepy old man she's getting like texts and
For
stuff
sure.
from this evening.
Exactly.
There's a nation of them now. And in other news, there is another great female cast in this role. So on the third episode, Jenna Dewan Tatum is going to join.
Perfect.
And she is going to play Lucy Lane, Lois Lane's younger sister.
That's so exciting.
So,
that'll be amazing.
and
I love that.
she's little twist. She has a history of a romantic relationship with James.
Ooh.
So
Oh.
yeah, and then when I first heard that, I thought,
Guys,
wow, this
that
could
is
be
so spicy. I am so happy. I just needed a little spicy. Something, you know what I mean? Mature audiences only is right. Is this, or is it like a little bit under that? I don't know. Good. I'm excited.
She did all right in the end with who she chose. Jenna.
yeah.
She ended up with, you know.
Superman.
Yeah. Which he had a
Channing
nice
Tatum.
tweet out to her tonight. He said that he always knew that she was a Supergirl. So I mean, they could not be any sweeter,
God, shut up.
right?
Like, I know, right? Oh, she's like too perfect.
Their life is so rough. All right, so that's it. Let's go ahead and get some predictions.
And now, your AfterBuzz TV predictions.
So exciting. I can't start.
I am terrible at these. So we're looking over here. Anybody?
I feel like I already said mine, but I guess it's not just for next week. I think her aunt's going to pretend to be her mom so that she can try to destroy her.
Yeah. Good one.
But I also think that Kara and James' relationship is going to progress a little bit.
I was going to play off of the Kara and James
Yeah.
situation as well and say that I think that we're going to see her be with him for a bit, but I kind of said it earlier as well, but I think she's going to see where it goes with, like, I'm blanking on his name now, the friend, his at the newspaper.
Win.
Yes, I was like, I don't have it written down.
That's such a funny name.
Yeah. But
Winslow.
yeah, I just kind of feel like she may, through all these superpowers, kind of become some sort of love triangle.
Interesting. I kind of piggybacking off of your mention of it being procedural. I'm assuming that each week is going to be someone with a power relating to something that our main character needs to learn will show up. She's gonna kick some butt. I'm really looking forward to kind of using this prison as a venue to get to know more of the Krypton stuff. So I'm hoping that each time someone comes up, you get a little more Kryptonian history and they build the mythos that way.
I need that.
Yeah.
I definitely do. I think that too many people know who she is. I think there's too many people that already know, so I have a feeling that perhaps, like, if more people find out, or like someone close to her finds out, I think that might get her in trouble, you know?
Yeah.
I don't know how, but her telling like one person was enough, you know what I mean?
Right.
So that's scaring me a little bit.
Yeah. Do you think someone will die this season?
That we've met close tonight?
Someone that we're close to. Like her sister, Wynn.
Listen, I hope so. Not to be like morbid, but like let's get the drama going. Someone's gotta die.
It raises stakes.
Yeah, who would you want to die?
Oh, I mean, I'm not invested yet. I don't know the characters yet. I don't know who I like and who I don't like.
I don't think we're in though for like I do Scream Queens here. I don't think we're in for Scream Queens kind of killings. Like I think it's like we're gonna see a slow
it's
progression.
gonna be like the finale, and it's gonna be like
we're all gonna be like,
Yes.
I think if I had to guess right now, it's her sister.
Yeah.
Okay. I would probably guess that I forget his name, but the commander of the
CEO.
Yes. I imagine that his arc would be something like, oh, he finally trusts her, and then sacrifices his life for her.
That would be great.
So
yeah,
that's my prediction, I guess.
So really quick before we leave, one more question: how come that Fort Ross followed her through the Phantom Tunnel?
I don't know.
Did it make? It was just like
What they said was that she pulled it through with her.
Yeah,
because she attracts it.
Right. Well, that was my main like nitpick. I don't typically. Well, I'm a big nitpicker, but like because they said, oh, your ship went out and it pulled it, but at the same time you saw that the jets fired up in Fort Ross.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming that like once it opened, everyone awoke and was able to just send the prison through. I don't think it was necessarily pulled by her.
That makes a little more sense.
Yeah.
The way they explained it was almost like they just threw that at us.
Yeah.
We were like, oh, thanks for adding that in there. You know?
It was hard to catch that. So
Yeah.
I tried to write that down too, and it just said that they pulled the fort. Yeah. Which is interesting.
Yeah. Gravity, guys, of course.
Duh.
You know, power, friendship, love.
Well, I don't have
That's
a great
what it was.
prediction, but one thing that I would really love to see is they've asked questions of whether we will see an appearance from Superman at all during the season. And if Henry Cavill comes on, that will make my day. So I just want to keep putting that out there to hopefully we see him at some point.
Yeah. JJ. Good vibes. Put those vibes out there.
I don't see why not. Do you think that would take away from her shine, though? Like,
I mean, yeah, I could see that, but
I also feel like it would be in the lead up to, is it Batman versus Superman this summer? Like it would probably be towards the end if they were going to do that as like
it would be
a
brilliant.
tie-in.
yeah.
I love that we learned what the symbol actually
Let's show
means.
real quick the full outfit.
Oh, can I stand?
Yeah, let's do it. We got boots and
I
all.
got
You gotta
my
shoot the
Superman outfit on and the boots.
I love it. It's amazing.
Yeah, I was
So
running
good.
around my apartment before I got here in hopes that something would
Shoot
happen.
home, right? You didn't even
Yeah, I
drive
wish I
over
could
here.
just fly, avoid the LA traffic, but you know,
You
we
can
can't
just
all
get
be
on
blessed.
top of my car.
Or I wish I could just like rip off my work clothes and have my hair flowing down, like red lipstick magically on.
You were
know?
cute on that when she did the one. You're like, how'd her hair get curled?
Oh,
So cute. Like
so
she was in a
fabulous.
bun, and then she's like, gorgeous.
Yeah, well, you know, actually, hair trick. If you do wrap your hair in a bun, and let it down. Well, maybe not that voluminous, but she looks great. Good job to the hair and makeup team on Supergirl. It's awesome.
Okay, well that wraps us up tonight. Last time, where can everybody follow you guys at?
You can follow me at Nicole Brajer on Twitter, Instagram, social media.
Yeah, you can follow me everywhere at Stephanie Wenger.
You can find me at Tauri J. It's TaurijAY.
And you can follow me on Twitter and Instagram at Hayley Clover.
I should make you do mine again tonight, but not till next time.
I
remember it. You can follow me at JJ Jurgens on Twitter, JurgensJJ on Instagram, and at TomGirl.tv. Thanks, guys, so much. This is going to be so much fun, so stay with us all season. All right, see you next week.
Bum, ba-da-da.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.